Hello everybody and welcome to my update for my 12 pans of Christmas project. This is a collab with a ton of other people here on YouTube and some people on Instagram. I think there's a hashtag 12 pans of Christmas, so you guys should totally check that out, as well as all of the other people who are participating in this collab. I will have all of their channels linked in my description box down below. So please, after you see my video, go check out their channels. We might be uploading our videos and updates at different times, but there is going to be a playlist as well. So you will be able to easily keep track of all of the various updates because there are quite a few of them, but I think it's gonna be really fun to see where people stand. And I'm excited to watch everyone's update videos, and I'm glad we're all doing one update before the finale because the finale is actually just going to be in a couple of weeks. So anyway, 12 products. I have finished 2 out of the 12, so yay for little victories. So the first thing I finished is the Sephora Smoothing and Brightening Concealer in the shade Light 02. I really hated this concealer. It's a brightening concealer, so I wanted to use it underneath my eyes, but it really just got cakey. I couldn't, and it creased really badly, and just, it really aged my under eye area severely. And the sad thing is this was a repurchase, as I mentioned in my intro video, but they definitely changed the formula on this, and it's just, it sucks. It just really sucks. I really did not enjoy using this, so I just forced myself to finish it. I did not use it underneath my eyes. I tried it a few times, a few different ways, setting it with a few different powders. Didn't work. Always was creasy and just, it created wrinkles that weren't there. Just, you know, not cute. So I was using it on other parts of my face, like forehead area, and even a little bit on like cheeks and chin, just to kind of use it up. So because I was using it in more places, I was able to get through it faster, but I would definitely not repurchase this ever again. The second product I finished is the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics OCC Lip Tar Primer. So I didn't really use this as a lip primer. I did it a couple of times, but I didn't like it. I found that if I used a liquid lipstick on top of it, it didn't stay as well as just on my bare lips. So sometimes I would use it as a treatment. So I would like put it on first in like a heavy coat of it. And then when I was getting ready to put on my liquid lipstick, I would take it off so that my lips still felt somewhat hydrated, but I didn't actually have the primer product on there. I don't really think I need a lip primer in general. I think a lip balm does the trick. You can use lip balms, lip treatments, you know, even Vaseline or whatever you have to kind of help moisturize your lips, especially if you're prone to like dryness and flakiness. But so I don't really have a problem with matte lips, so I don't see myself purchasing this lip tar primer in the future. So moving on to the 10 products that I still have remaining, I will start with the miscellaneous non-makeup products first to get them out of the way. The first thing is the ModelCo Replenishing Rose Mist, which is a facial mist, and I've made some pretty decent progress on this bottle. I keep forgetting to use it though. I think I could have had more progress if I remembered to use it. So I was trying to use it a couple of times a day before I put makeup on in the morning, and then when I would take makeup off, I was trying to remember to use it, and it was in the evening when I was forgetting to use it. So I was trying to like double up my usage in the morning, and then it was cold, and then I didn't want a cold facial spray, and it doesn't really do a whole lot. Like it says it's supposed to gently tone and it leaves skin replenished and refreshed. Now I feel refreshed after using it. My skin does feel maybe a little bit tighter once I spray this on, but nothing I've noticed very noticeable, but you know, it's pleasant enough, and I love rose scent, so it makes me happy in the morning. I'm pleasantly surprised and happy with my progress on the Josie Maran 100% pure argan oil in light. I really thought I was going to struggle with this, but now I'm convinced I'm going to have this finished by the time this project is over. I've been using it a lot. This has been okay. I wouldn't say it's like groundbreaking, amazing, like I see such crazy difference in my skin. It's really nice after I've taken off a lot of makeup and my skin just doesn't feel the greatest. I can pat on a bunch of this stuff and it just seeps into my skin, and it makes my skin instantly feel hydrated, and it instantly makes my skin feel better. I've used this in my hair a couple of times, but I find that I tend to be too heavy-handed with it, and then my hair is just a complete oil slick. So I tend to just use this on my face. The Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black perfume oil, I've only used a handful of times because I've forgotten about this as well. Even though I had it right in front of me all the time, I forget about it. My workplace is like a scent sensitive place, so scents are kind of discouraged, so I often forget about it on my day-to-day life, and then when I'm home I think like, I don't want to waste that, and instead it's like, well, I'm wasting it by not using it. And so I definitely want to get use out of this because I've had this now for a couple of years, so I don't know how long perfume oils are good for, but I definitely need to finish this by the end of this year. So I'm going to put a good push on it and use it all the time. The Crazy Rumours Spiced Chai Lip Balm, I've used this a lot, and it's really hard to kind of see progress on this, and I don't really like marking things on paper. It's just not something that works really well for me right now. But this lip balm, I like using this. It smells so delicious. Like, it really does smell exactly like a chai latte. So I've been using it as often as I can, whenever I can. Now that I've finished the OCC Lip Primer, this is what I will layer on instead. And then if I'm home and not wearing lipstick, I will use this. Just try and use this whenever I'm not wearing lipstick. I try and layer this on because it smells good. It keeps my lip hydrated, and yeah, it's a good product. I don't know if I'll necessarily have this finished by the end of this project, but I'm gonna try. The Burberry foundation, I haven't bothered to mark this because I'm not quite sure where I am. I've only used this about twice. My skin hasn't been in the best condition recently. I've had some pretty bad reactions to a couple different things, so I haven't been able to do the whole luminous skin thing like I like to do. So I'm hoping my skin will get in better shape so I can finish this up, because I think just working on this for a few straight days, I'll be able to finish it. I also got some foundation mixers, like the white mixers, to mix in with this so that the foundation matches me better. So the few times I have used it, I've liked using it, and it's one of those things that I just need to force myself to use. And even if my skin doesn't end up behaving, I'm just gonna have to start mixing this with some of my fuller coverage foundations to finish it up. The MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation, I actually have some pretty good progress on this thing. I've been trying to use it as often as possible whenever I am using a powder, which is almost all the time. And it's been good now where I said I've had some skin issues. This has been good to have some fuller coverage to cover up those problems. It's definitely too dark for me. So I have to use somewhat of a light hand with it, but a light hand with a full coverage sort of powder ends up working out for me in my favor. I've been working on this for so long though that I really think I'm gonna call it quits with this thing at the end of the year, regardless of what's left of it, just because I've been working on it for so long and it's just not a good color match for me, and I'm just tired of using things that don't match just to finish it. I think I've got more than my money's worth out of this powder, so I'm not gonna feel bad when I back to MAC it. The Joe Fresh Cream Highlighter in Lustre. This I've used a fair amount of times. It's really not my favorite thing. I do like cream highlighters. I've come around to them thanks to ColourPop, and I will use my ColourPop ones whenever I possibly can, but this one is just, I think it's old. So it's not working very well for me. So sort of like the MAC powder when this challenge is done, or at the end of the year, I think this is going to be saying goodbye as well. I have gotten some use out of it, so that's fine. I don't really care about keeping things that don't work for me for the sake of keeping them, or trying to force myself to use something that makes me unhappy. Like, I'm trying to use things up and be smarter about my purchases and learning things, and I just don't want to be unhappy forcing myself to finish something so I can say, yay, I finished it. So I'd like to maybe hit pan on it, which I think I can probably do by the end of this project, and then I'll say goodbye, just because I've had it for a few years, and even when I got it, it was like on clearance. So, you know, I'm not sad about it. It's not a big loss or a waste to me. If I've used it even a few times, that's going to be good enough for me. The Hard Candy Glow All the Way Face and Body Luminizer. I have some pretty good progress on this guy. I've been using it on its own, sort of patted on top. Actually, I have a combination of the Joe Fresh highlighter, this luminizer, and some Anastasia highlighters from the Ultimate Glow Kit, layered all over my face today for that like super crazy ultimate glow. I like it. This stuff works really well mixed with foundation. I've mixed it with the Burberry once. It was too much. There was too much going on there because the Burberry foundation is a luminous foundation, and this is just a pink luminizer, so this works better with like a medium to full coverage foundation, so I can sheer that out a little bit and still have a little bit of a glow. I've been just trying to use it as much as possible. This is a deluxe size sample, so I do think that I can finish this by the end of the project. Definitely my goal. the Josie Maran Argan Infinity Lip and Cheek Creamy Oil and Everlasting Honey. I've used this a lot. Full disclosure though, I put it on the back of my hand like I do with all the other cream blushes I've used, and then I take the product from there. So you do end up wasting a little bit of product, because if I applied it directly to my face, it would be overkill, just too much product. So that works best for me, and I just blend it in with a brush. It's really, really easy to blend out. Like, it's very soft. It smells amazing, I have to say as well. Like the smell of it, the argan oil in it, it smells so good. So it's been pleasant to use. I've been using it as a layering thing though, so I will put it on a little bit of it first and then put powder blush on top. But that makes it last longer. Like, it makes my blush last longer, so I can go through the whole day and I still have like a little bit of blush. So that works for me. I love the color as well. It's definitely not what I thought it was going to be, but it blends out so easily, and it's not a chore to use, unlike some of the other cream blushes which have been a much stiffer formula. This is so creamy that it's easy and pleasant to use, and I've even thought about, like, you know what, I think I might actually miss this once I finish it, which says a lot. If I'm already thinking, I still have quite a bit of it left, but if I'm already thinking that I might miss it when it's gone, I'm liking this product. And the last thing is the ColourPop eyeshadow in Telepathy, and I have hit pan on this shadow. The pan on this is super shallow, and I was expecting it and not expecting it. I think I used this like 3 or 4 times, and then I saw pan and it was like, oh, okay. Well, these shadows are only $5, so there's not a whole lot of product in here. I'm not mad at it though, because that means that I will be able to get through it faster. I like the finish of this a lot, the metallic finish. I have this on my eye today on like the lid part, and I used a MAC, I think it's a 242, it's like a flat brush. I don't like using my finger, but that brush is my favorite brush to use with ColourPop shadows that have a metallic or like a glitter finish. I just find like I can really pack it on, and I don't really get a lot of fallout, and I don't have to use my fingers, and then I can sort of blend out. I blend out a little bit with my finger if I need to. Like, I try and make sure everything else is working okay, and then I can just use a finger to kind of blend a little bit so that it's not just like harsh edges. So I'm happy, really happy with my progress on this guy. I don't think I'm gonna have this finished by the time this project is over, but I've already hit pan, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. So that is my 12 pans of Christmas update. The finale will be in a couple of weeks, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that, and don't forget to check out all of my friends who are in this collab as well. It would mean a lot to me, and if you are new to their channels and you're coming from mine, please let them know that Elle sent you, and I think that would be an awesome way for people to know that collabs, like, they work. They're a good way of sharing the love here, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye.